Hi, this is Linda Abraham with Eye on Admission, and we're going to talk about how to get accepted to a top 10 business school with a low GMAT. All right, so this is a really tough topic, how to get accepted to a top 10 B school with a low GMAT. And it's a really tough topic for a variety of reasons. First of all, let's define low GMAT. In my book, a low GMAT is a GMAT that is 30 points or more below the school's average for matriculated students. Now that is a fuzzy number, and the good news is that it's a fuzzy number and not a hard and fast rule. But it can be higher for overrepresented groups that do well traditionally on the GMAT, and it can be lower for underrepresented groups that do well in business school but traditionally don't do that well on the GMAT or the GRE or standardized tests in general. So with that caveat, let's go forward on using my guideline. The truth is that it's very hard. The average GMAT for the top 10 has been climbing steadily in the last 10, 15, 20 years, certainly as long as I've been in business. And I think there's several reasons, and it's been, and particularly in the last several years, it's risen even more sharply, probably because of the score cancel policy that GMAT introduced a couple of years ago. So the best way to deal with a low GMAT and get into a top 10 program, I'm sorry to say, is to retake it and raise it. That is the best thing that you can do, because you can either cancel the score, and even if you can't cancel it, schools will take your highest score, and they will admire you for retaking it. If, let's say you've taken it several times and you know what your highest score is, or you for some reason don't want to or don't have the time to retake it, you're going to be applying at a significant disadvantage if you're more than 30 points below the school's average GMAT score, or if you have one area of the GMAT that's particularly low, for instance, a very low quant or a very low verbal score. What you're going to have to do then is show that in all other areas you are an outstanding applicant, and you're really going to have to show that hopefully your grades will be really high. That'll be showing your academic potential. Maybe you'll have a CFA or some other relevant certificate that requires a lot of studying and shows aptitude for quantitative coursework in business. Maybe you'll have experience that's exceptional in terms of the leadership, but also still reveals the kind of academic abilities that schools are looking for. Bottom line is that if you have a low GMAT and you're not willing to retake or unable to raise it, then you're going to have to show, A, that you can still do the work, and B, that you're going to be contributing something exceptional to the school's community that will say to the school, I'll take the hit to my GMAT average, my published GMAT average for accepted students in order to get this fantastic applicant in my class. I hope you can do that. Oh yes, and there's one other thing I wanted to mention. We are going to have a webinar on how to get accepted to top business schools in 2018, and that specifically for people with low stats, and that will be coming up, and you can register for it right here. Thank you for listening. This is Linda Abraham with Eye on Admission.